Yeah, good evening. Thank you for joining today's session. So like today is going to be like so fun and so educative. Because the speaker already like just sent like some of his slides to me. It was like so awesome, and AI is like one of the current technology that is revolutionized like what the world. So like I don't think we can actually do without AI. And data science and AI, they go hand in hand. There is no really AI without data science. Actually, yeah, like because like all these AI they are probably using some data and some of them. So the speaker is going to be giving a very good overview of data science and AI. He's already here. Uh, I mean, so uh Ali is like, a very knowledgeable person in the field, and he has probably like work in some internship and some lots more. So I'm very very sure this is going to be very very educative and fun. Because he actually told me that there will be some games and lot of fun. Uh, Still waiting for some people. It's I don't know. Hello, Hali.
Hi Osman.
Oh, I don't even know that's to be. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Already. I don't know if we can just wait for some time or so. Or should we just get started? Like, people can keep joining
I
along the
mean,
way.
I was thinking we'll be starting with
Game.
the quiz with the game. So I
Yeah.
would. A game is only fun if you have many people playing. So
Okay. Okay. So like to be more fun when there's many people, right?
yeah,
Yeah, exactly,
because
exactly.
like we'll be having leaderboards as we go.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. We can just wait for like, probably like around 5 minutes. If not, we can just. Are we all cool with that? We can just wait for like 5 minutes and just, get going. So by 9:37. Is it 8:37? Yeah, by 8:37 we can. Is it 30? I don't even know. We can. I think.
I think it's already 8:37.
Okay, okay.
I think once we get to 20 participants, we can probably start.
Yeah, exactly. That is a
It's
very good
18 right now.
place. Yeah.
In the meantime, everyone on this call can join the. Uh, just give me a second. The presentation is about to start. Everyone, please go to minty.com and enter the code to join the live game that I'll be starting with.
Menti.com. This, right?
Yes, and
Okay.
then the code is 39253269.
3925
3269.
3269. 3925 3269. Let me also join myself.
There's only like we don't have anyone who has joined yet.
Yeah, guys, kindly join. I myself am still okay. Through Chrome, right? Of course.
Any browser,
Any
literally.
browser. Okay, okay. Menti.com.
What's the code again, Abeg?
I think I dropped it here. Check the. Is there
Three
space?
nine two five 3269.
There is no space, right?
There's no space.
Okay. 3925.
Well, so one person has joined.
3925 326.
You can also
I have
scan
joined,
the
sir.
QR code. You
Okay.
can also scan the QR code on the screen.
Three
So
nine
so
two.
so now we have four people. Come on, we're 19 on this call. We should have at least 18 people on the quiz.
I think I also joined already.
Okay, five.
Okay. So if you are just joining us, kindly just join the game. So the game is menti.com. I'm going to be dropping the message here. Then that is a passcode. Kindly join.
Go to menti.com and type in the password 39253269. So now we have eight people, nine people. Once we get to 15, I think we're gonna start.
Yeah, yeah. Kindly join.
15
Let's let's have a fun.
Usman, is this session going to be recorded?
Of course, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's being recorded.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, because people have been saying that. So we need five more people, guys. Come on. Okay, we need four more guys.
Four more. Oh, let's go, guys.
uh, guys, this is gonna be fun. Like, if you are not participating right now, trust me, you will have, okay, 12 people. You will
Let's
regret
go.
not participating.
Let's
So we
go.
need at least two more people. Sorry, three more people. Okay,
Let's
we're back to
go.
11. So we need four
Oh.
more people again. I think if you've joined, can you raise your hand so that we can see um, who hasn't?
I mean, I think I already joined. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. So we have 12 people on the call. Can we need three more guys? Or if we don't find three more people in the next 1 minute, I think we're gonna proceed with the number that we have. Um, Abdulaziz Ayola, Abdullahi Kamara, Abijo Taiwo, Akimade Tunji Gbadamosi, Christian Aziba, Cornelius Davis, Awas Bello.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, kindly just log into this. I mean, this menti.com. We are starting a game. So I already sent the link, and this is a password. So kindly join the game.
Tusnelda, can you try reloading? I don't think there's any problem with the website. I can also try to see from my end here.
Yeah, I think it's working perfectly. Yeah.
Menti.com. Right. And if I say 3925 3269, join.
How many more people do we need? Three.
Yeah, three.
Yeah, let's join, guys.
Okay, I think I'm gonna start.
Okay, let's
Right.
just.
Okay, 14. Should
Okay.
we wait for the last person? We have 14 right now.
Who is going to bail us out?
Okay, we have 15 now. We have 15.
Yeah, let's start. Let's start.
Let's start. Right. Oh, we have 16 now.
Wow.
Guys, please enter your name. So I can enter my name as say Ali.
Wow, this
14 players ready. Are you guys ready to play? If you're ready to play, show some signs, like some emojis
yeah,
on
we're
the
ready.
meet call. If you're ready to play. Okay, I'm presuming you guys are using only one device. I'm presuming you guys are using only one device, so I'm gonna start. Alright, one, two, ready, go. So for the first question, what comes to your mind when you hear data science? You have 50 seconds to answer the question. First, numbers and graphs. Second, magic. Third, computers. Fourth, I have no idea. So, because I'm assuming that almost everyone here do not have to say, I'm assuming that almost everyone here is a beginner when it comes to data science, like AI. So, when you think of any of these three numbers, when you think of computers, we're still right. Moving on to the next question. So we have leaderboard. We have and like leading, and then Apple Moise as second, and then Saikam by Saria as third. Those are the questions that we have. So the next question, are you guys ready?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Okay. Answer first. What is the main goal of data science? What is the main goal of data science? Is it to store raw data into meaningful insight, or to create cool visualizations, or to make spreadsheets and Excel formulas, or to predict the future? You have less than 20 seconds to answer this question.
Yeah, Ali. Please, can you low down the volume of the volume
Oh,
of
okay.
the game?
Is it reduced?
No, no.
So the answer is,
Oh,
I think, can we just go with it? Like, give the
can you lower the voice of the game? Yeah, I think it's yeah, yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, I've stopped. I'm gonna share my screen again. Data science. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Right. So the main goal of data science, like, I'm still gonna talk about all of this like in detail, but like just for the purpose of this game, the main goal of data science is to turn raw data into meaningful insights. Just to clarify. So now, who is leading now?
Damn.
So Abdul Moiz is now leading with 1,848 points, followed by Saikam Kaiseria with 1,814 points, and Android has fallen to the third position with 1,804 points. Guys, guys, you can do this. You not only need to answer the correct answer, but also be fast with it. So get your hands on your screen as fast as possible. So moving on to the third question. So we have 12 players ready. 13. Good. Um, Answer fast to get more points. Which
Ah,
statement best defines artificial intelligence?
damn, damn.
First, the ability to use.
Am I the
I don't know,
one?
how, but it sounds cool. You have less than 5 seconds, less than 2 seconds, less than 1 second. And the answer is the simulation of human intelligence in machines. The answer is unfortunately not robots, and the answer is not the ability to use computers. So this is the statement that best defines artificial intelligence. And who do we have on our leaderboard?
Damn. Oh, going
So
to the oh.
so now we have Saikam Kaisera as the first position with 2,717 points,
Seven.
Satoshi with 2,712 points, and Unique Usman with 2,704 points. Guys, come on, come on. I need more competition. So moving on. So we have 12 players ready. I think there's supposed to be one more player. Okay. So we start. Answer fast to get. What is narrow AI also known as? This question is
Damn.
very tricky. A. Simple AI. B. Weak AI. C. Basic AI. 4. D. Narrow-minded AI. You have less than 5 seconds.
Damn.
Less than 5 seconds. So the answer is weak AI. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, damn.
Hopefully, this will disconfigure uh, the
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 board.
leaderboard that we have.
Oh, damn. Damn.
So now we have. So it was
Oh,
only Casey that got it right, and now he
oh.
has moved to
It's
the
a
top
top.
position with
Damn.
3,057 points. Saikam with 2,717 points, and Satoshi with 2,712 points. And Unique Usman is now in the fourth position. So,
So we are
question
just
five.
joining us. You can join. Can people still join the game?
Hey, they can still join the game. They can
Okay,
still
okay. Let
join
me
the game.
just. Okay.
They use menti.com. They go to menti.com and then they use the code 39253269.
Yeah. Yes. Let's go.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, we are.
One, two, ready. So we have 15 players right now. Good. Answer fast to get more points. What does machine learning enables machines to do? First, talk to each other. Second, learn and improve from experience. Third, play video games. Fourth, nothing. Machines can't learn. You have less than 5 seconds. And the answer
Uh.
from experience. Who do we have on our leaderboard now?
Oh, damn.
So now we have
That was because of internet
Damn,
connection.
damn, damn.
we have Casey as the first position with 3,901 points, Saikam with 3,641 points, Satoshi with 3,604 points as the third position. And then we have others. So
Oh,
if you want me to
okay.
mention your name at least, make sure you get yourself to the top position, top three positions.
Wow.
So moving on, we have 15 players ready. 17. Oh, let's go. If you are just joining us, go to menti.com
Yeah, let me post
and
it.
use the code 39253269 to join the game. 18 players ready. 18 players ready. Wow. Okay.
If you are
So
just
16.
joining, join the game. Let's have fun tonight.
Yeah. So moving on. Answer fast to get more. Which is an example of AI in action in our daily lives? A. Toasters. B. Self-driving cars. C. Coffee makers. This should be pretty easy, but let's see. Everyone has voted. And the answer is no, no, not the answer. Like the answer is B, which is self-driving cars. And from our leaderboard, Casey is still retaining the first position, Satoshi is the second position, and Saikam are unfortunately falling from second to third position with 4,543 points. And funny enough, both second and third positions have the same amount of points.
Wow, wow, this is partial.
So now we have 16 players ready, 17, 18, 19. She waits for the 20th person. I told you guys, if you didn't join us like at the beginning, you are going to miss out.
If you are just joining, just join the. I mean, I've already posted the
So
link.
join ASAP, join as soon as possible. In the next 5 seconds, I'll be going on to the seventh question. 18 players, okay. Why is ethical consideration important in AI? First, it's not important. Second, to ensure AI serves humanity fairly. Third, it's just a buzzword. And fourth, ethics doesn't apply to technology. Which one is the
Oh.
right answer? And the answer is to ensure AI serves humanity fairly. Wow, if you think ethical consideration is not important in artificial intelligence, I think you really need to attend this session
Nah.
because it's really important. In fact, it's one of the biggest issues in AI, and what this which is why we always need to be cognizant of the fact that we need to respect people's privacy, security, and everything when it comes to building AI software systems. So ethical consideration is important in AI to ensure that AI serves humanity fairly. On our leaderboard, is there any change?
Yeah, they should. They
Is there
should.
any
They
change?
should. They should. They should. They
Okay,
should.
Unique Usman has gone to the fourth position. And the first three remain unchanged. Remain unchanged.
Okay.
Guys, come on. Chris, Mubarak, Android, Akim Adetuni Badamosi. Guys, I'm banking on you guys. Come on, give these guys competition. So, question 8. 17 players ready. 18, 17,
Let's see the
18.
winner. If you are
All
just
right.
joining us, you can join the game. There, menti.com. Then
How?
yours is the
Hello.
passcode.
How am
Hello.
I going to join? If I want?
Yeah,
Okay.
just through
Hello.
menti.com. Hello, can you hear me? I think we lost connection.
We have 20 players on the call, on the game,
I,
rather.
I lost my
Good
connection.
evening. How am I going to join if I want to join?
Oh, just type menti.com, menti.com, then enter the password. I already type it in the message chat session. Uh menti.com, and the password is 392533269.
So now we have 21 players.
Let's go.
Okay,
Oh,
moving on. How
Uh,
can one start a journey into data science and AI? I know this is the reason why you are joining this call.
the service is not going.
Nah, nah. By watching movies about AI, online
How
courses,
this?
certifications, and
yes.
hands-on projects, asking a
Sa-
wizard for guidance,
no, no,
I
no,
have no
Huh?
no,
idea.
no,
Help.
Timu.
Usman, your
no,
excuses are not
no,
valid.
no,
Your
no,
excuses are
no.
not valid.
Ah.
So, how to start a journey into data science and
This is a
AI?
partial. This
It's
is
it's definitely not by asking a wizard for guidance, guys. It's
damn.
definitely not by asking a wizard for guidance. I'm very sure a lot of wizards don't even know about data science and AI. So like
Yeah.
asking them would definitely be the wrong answer. The answer is online courses, certifications, and hands-on projects. but I will get to know more about this in this
Hmm?
in the lecture. Is there any change to the first three?
Well,
Oh damn, who is this?
yeah, me, did you know?
Mut-
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
oh
So
damn,
now
I couldn't
Kamara
pick an
Abdullahi,
option.
Kamara Abdullahi has overtaken Saikam Kaiseria from the third position, with now has who now has 5,538 points, and Saikam has 5,422 points. Casey still remains the first, and Satoshi remains the second. And all others, guys, come on, give these guys competition. And we know who Unique Usman is.
This is
So we have 15 players, 17 players, 20 players. Should we wait for the 21st player? 19. Oh,
let's
all right,
go.
moving on. Oh, 20 players. Okay. The last question. What are you looking forward to in this presentation? Or second to the last question, rather. The magic behind it all, real world applications, learning about ethics, everything there is. What are you looking forward to in this presentation? All the answers are correct. All the answers are correct because I've pretty much built my content to cater to all of this. So don't worry. I'm going to address all of this. So all the answers are correct. So let's see who's on our leaderboard.
This is
Okay, Unique Usman overtook Abdul Muiz, but the first three remain unchanged, and Saikam is still the fourth. And for the last question,
oh
this
is
question is very tricky, guys. This question is very tricky.
let's
So now
see.
we have 17 players, 18 players. Should we wait for 19 players? Should we wait for the 20th player?
Let's go
20th
guys.
player. Oh no, 18 players. All right. I start in 3, 2, 1, 0. Who made this quiz?
Oh
Who
damn.
made this quiz? There are only two options. Is it me or is it AI?
oh
Who made this quiz?
oh damn, I choose Ali. I hope it's not yeah. oh,
Wow.
oh. no, 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 no,
So
no.
unfortunately, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for
Oh,
believing in me so much.
oh
But
no, no.
unfortunately,
I
I
just
wasn't
knew
the
it
one.
was AI from the onset.
Thank you for believing in me, but I wasn't the one who made the quiz. It was ChatGPT, which is
Oh,
one of the semblances of artificial intelligence. Now, let's see if there's been some changes to our leaderboard.
damn, no. Oh,
Wow.
oh.
Satoshi, let's
Sato.
go. And Satoshi is the winner. Is the winner. Casey held the first position for so long, but Satoshi at the very finish line decided to overtake him with the finishing answer. So congratulations, Satoshi. And Casey is the second, and Kamara Abdullah is the third.
Hi, Ali. I'm Satoshi Fawaz.
Oh wow! Hello, Powers.
Fawaz, you are the Satoshi. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Mr. Ali,
that
I'm
Wow!
that
Casey.
is you guys know each other. That is some partiality. I don't know you guys.
Wow! Congratulations, Powers, for winning the.
I was
MashaAllah.
supposed to win this
Thanks.
MashaAllah.
game.
Usman should have some gifts for you for winning the quiz.
I was supposed to win this game.
Um, Uba Kenechukwu, which one were you?
Casey, I was
Oh,
supposed
you
to
are
win the
Casey.
game.
Oh, why didn't you get the last question right?
You cheated me.
I didn't. I didn't do anything. All right.
I was supposed to be the winner, but
oh.
unfortunately,
Oh, Camara. Unfortunately. Don't worry. You get it
Hope
next
there is
time.
gifts for us. Hope there is gifts
congratulations,
for us.
Satoshi.
Usman will be the right person to answer those questions. So Usman will sort out if there's going to be any gift.
I will send a book to you.
Okay,
No,
moving
we
on to the
want data. We want data.
Oh wow.
They play on top free class. They find gifts.
wow. Okay, I think everyone should. If you're raising your hand currently, I think you can lower your hand. It was just to get, it's just to get the number of people who have who joined the game. All right, please lower your hand. Cornelius Davis, please lower your hand. Musa Okoyemi, please lower your hand. Adam Olayiwola, please lower your hand. Usman, you can lower their hands since you are the host.
Okay.
All right, okay, I'm gonna start. All right, uh, right, beautiful, Cornelius Davis. We are ready with our notepad. That's the energy I like to see. You know. Let me know if you can see my screen. No, let me do this first. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Right. I hope the game was fun and it pretty much like gave you guys a slight overview into what this presentation is all about. So let's just get into it, right? What is data science? What is AI? What are these buzzwords? So that people keep using these words outside in public, but then what you mean by that. So starting with who is speaking to you? Who is Ali Ajagbi and why should you listen to him deliver a speech on data science and artificial intelligence? So I don't have much to my profile yet, but I think whatever I have still affords me the opportunity to talk about data science and artificial intelligence. So just a slight um, sneak peek into who I am Ali Ajagbe, as you might know already, and I am a third year university student at Blackshire University in India. I am Nigerian, and my major in university is data science, economics, and business, with a minor in artificial intelligence. So whatever I'm studying in college itself caters to uh, what I'm talking about right now. And I don't know if you've read my profile on the flyer itself. I've pretty much been in the data science space for quite about six 16 to 18 months now. And with the knowledge and experience that I've been able to amass, I have been able to work on projects ranging from data science based projects to artificial intelligence based projects, either to predict something that was going to happen in the future or to optimize business sales. And with this knowledge that I've been able to accrue, I have also been able to work with different companies, right from India to South Africa to Germany to the US. In fact, the internship I just concluded right now was with a company based in the United States.
Shareholders money, sir.
So that's just don't mind Usman. That's just a sneak peek into who I am. My profile is a little bit more detailed than this, but because this presentation is not about me, but because it's about data science and artificial intelligence. So let's talk about that in itself. So this presentation is going to delve into what data like because it's an overview and introduction, so it won't be like a tear down of all the concept, but it will give you like a broad overview as to like what you need to know about each of these buzzwords to be able to see, okay, if it's something that interests you or not. So I'll be talking about data science, I'll be talking about artificial intelligence, and then I'll be talking about learning pathways as regards if you want to start, if this is an area of technology that interests you, how can you get started? So the first point has to do with what data science is. So if you think of it like this, data science is like a wizardry that turns raw data into powerful insights. Like, we live in a world where as I'm speaking right now, during this call, like what's it called? petabytes of data is being generated, like right from social media data, a lot of videos. If you think about the videos that are being uploaded on YouTube every single day, that's data in itself. If you think about the number of Google searches per day, that's data in itself. And a lot of people across different countries, billions of people make billions of searches every single day, in every single second. So like data, we live in a world where like data is massive and data is literally everywhere we are. Like on this call, while I'm speaking, there's audio data, there's visual data, um there's literally data in every single form. So you can imagine data science to be making sense of numbers and transforming them into decisions that change the world. Why numbers? Because computers only understand ones and zeros. So at the end of the day, video data, image data, audio data, they get transformed into ones and zeros for the computers. So like the computers have to like make sense of these numbers. Although like to there's a high level of numbers that we humans have to understand. So like we have to make sense of these numbers and transform them into decisions that change the world. Like for instance, if you realize that okay, your sales over like say the last couple of years hasn't been doing well, so you apply some data science techniques to find what has been going wrong. So you realize that okay, it was because you introduced one product, so that's why your business sales haven't been doing well. So you're able to actually see why this hasn't happened. So you're able to analyze this data and see how, and then based on that, you're able to like make decisions that will transform the way you handle your business. So data science is the interdisciplinary field that utilizes scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract meaningful insights and knowledge from structured and unstructured data. By structured data, I mean data that you have that is structured into say rows and columns, that it's there already. But when I'm talking about unstructured data, like say audio data or live data, like all of these are unstructured data that needs to be transformed into rows and columns before you can apply the analysis on them. So data science encompasses all the fields that you need to utilize scientific methods and algorithms to extract insights, like because one thing data will always do is to tell you a story, and your job as a data scientist is to find that story and use that story to construct actionable steps for your businesses or for whatever it is out there that you want to change in the world. So moving on, we have pillars of data science. So we have three main pillars of data science. First is statistics, second is domain knowledge, and the third is computer science. So the first one, statistics. So what statistics? So by statistics, I don't mean just the statistics that you use to win an argument. Say 30% of doctors are better than say 50% of customer of farmers or something like that. No, by statistics, I mean the component that allows us to understand the story that numbers are trying to tell us. Like I said earlier, for data, there's always a story that's embedded inside. So how do we understand this story? It's by leveraging the concept of statistics. And based on this, we turn raw data into actionable insights. So for statistics, we have different concepts. Like, for instance, if you say that, okay, 30% of customers from this place buy this, like this flavor of ice cream. Statistics help you say that, okay, statistic is basically the additional component that helps you ascertain that number that you're ascribing to the percentage of people that like a particular ice cream flavor. And if I'm to give like a raw example, so if I'm to give an example of people who like say an ice cream shop has start selling ice cream, but like through that, but like they want to understand, okay, for elderly women, what is the flavor of ice cream that they mostly like? For children, what is the flavor of ice cream that they mostly like? So through statistics, we're able to actually say, okay, for this experiment that I want to conduct to identify what category of people like what particular flavor, statistics will basically tell you, okay, this is the right number of people that will be able to that you'll be able to actually identify this outcome that you're investigating. So that is what statistics helps us do. It helps us understand the story that data is trying to tell us. And then the next point has to do with domain knowledge. Understanding the specific field ensures that data makes sense in its context. So you know how we have healthcare field, we have agricultural field. So a lot of these places, a lot of these fields have their own respective data. So to be a data scientist, you also need to be able to identify which field you are in. So if you're in the education field, you need to be able to like identify that, okay, if I want to apply data science in this particular context, I need to be able to understand the type of data that I need to build to extract insight from raw data. And then the last point has to so imagine you're analyzing, if I'm to give an example, imagine you're analyzing healthcare data. Knowing the basics of healthcare, medical terminology, and challenges in the industry gives you a significant advantage. You're not just crunching numbers, you're deciphering the language of health trends and patient needs. So if you are a data scientist that is in the health sector, obviously you need to know what type of data that you need to collect. If you need to like inspect the type of people that a particular disease affects, you need to be experienced, like you need to know what blood group tells you. You need to know what type of information different um, um, blood types tell or phenotype. Like basically, domain knowledge is the additional leverage that you have in a particular field where you're applying data science techniques. And then the last pillar has to do with computer science. It's basically the ability to speak the language of machines, making them work magic with data. Some call it coding. So if I'm to tear this down, so programming language in the field of data science, at least, we have Python, and then we have R, which is another programming language. A lot of people also use C++, and then there's a new programming language that just surfaced called Mojo, which is particularly for data science and AI softwares. So like if you know these four programming languages back to back, I think you can become like a very good data scientist in the 21st century. But this is not to like limit you, of course. You can also like expand and also like learn more programming languages like Java, and Usman, I believe, can tell you the rest. And then for computer science, we also have data manipulation and cleaning. Like, how can you, given given like say video data, for instance, how can you transform this and clean it in a way that you can actually apply analysis on this? Because I'm gonna tell you, the dark side of data science is that most of the times it's either you don't have enough data or the data that you have is not even clean. It's very disorganized. So how can you transform this and clean it in a way that it prepares the data for actual analysis? So that's data manipulation and cleaning, and you need like a proper knowledge of say Python and all of these programming languages to be able to use particular softwares that cater to data cleaning and data manipulation itself. And quite honestly, you need to have some knowledge of algorithms and data structures, because like I said, a lot of people make billions of searches per day. So using analysis of algorithms, you're able to actually pinpoint what type of algorithm makes the process of data science faster for different operations. So that's why it's also like very important to know to have like some concept of algorithms and data structures. Like data structure, I mean, okay, what type of data structure is best efficient for a particular data science operation and everything like that. And lastly, database management. What type of data storage? How will you store your data? Like for instance, will you store it in the cloud? And if you know that you're going to store it in the, oh, there's one other language that I forgot to add here, which is SQL. So as for data scientists, you also need to have a good mastery of the SQL query language, because most of the time we have a lot of data that um, it's basically database platforms like Postgres, SQL, or Google Big Data Query, BigQuery, that you can store millions of data and be able to query them using SQL. So like using all of this and knowing all of this is required to be able to become a proper data scientist in the 21st century. So applications of data science. Does anyone have any question so far?
If you have any question right now, I mean, okay, I think Abdul Moise, go on, sir. Oh,
Uh,
Abdul Moise,
please,
go on.
please go ahead with your question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right. A quick recap. So like I
Hello?
said earlier, there are three.
I said I just want a quick recap on the pillars of data science. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I got that. So a quick recap is just there are three main pillars of data science. First is statistics. Second is domain knowledge, and the third is computer science. Three main pillars: stats, domain knowledge, computer science. And stats basically tells you, stats help you understand the story that numbers are trying to tell us. Like what type of assumptions can you make, or what type of analysis can you conduct, or what type of experiment can you conduct to actually understand what the situation is. Because apparently a lot of real life situations, they follow some certain types of distribution that statistics already explored. A lot of distribution under statistics. So how can you leverage statistics to understand the story that numbers are trying to tell you? And then the second pillar is domain knowledge. So that has to do with understanding the specific field, ensures that data makes sense in its context. Like um, the type of data that that you require in the healthcare sector is not the same type of data that you require in agricultural sector. And I'm pretty sure that's clear to everyone, because different fields have different data, and you as a data scientist need to have this extra layer of domain knowledge to be able to function in different contexts. And that adds to the generalization of different data scientists. Like you, based on like a particular domain knowledge, you can be functional in any domain that you find yourself in. And then lastly, computer science, which is basically programming in this context. Like having some mastery of some programming languages, having some mastery of how to manipulate and transform data and then clean it, and then and then third, having some understanding of analysis of algorithms and data structures, and then fourth, database management, which is in essence how to store your data. Any other question?
I think someone else was raising his hand. No. Okay, what is the language after the Python?
So
I'm not
it's called R.
R.
So R is the name of the
R.
programming language. R
R.
programming language. Don't worry, I will send the slides to Usman so that he can also distribute it after the presentation.
Thank you, sir.
So applications of data science. First is healthcare, which is basically what I talked about. For instance, if we want to inspect, if we want to predict, say, the type of disease that will come in a particular season, say we are approaching winter, and then we realize that okay, when it's close to winter, people tend to develop sicknesses like cold or fever or malaria or anything like that. So using data science, we can actually predict, say, okay, by this time, by this year or by this period of the year, there will be like a surge, or there will be an increase in the number of sicknesses related to fever in the hospital. And then based on this, we can actually prepare for this increase in the sickness, or take preventive measures as to how we can prevent ourselves from these diseases. So that's that with regards to healthcare. And if you also look at the recommendation systems, how many of us here have Netflix accounts or use Netflix?
Yeah. It's
So if you know Netflix, Netflix is known for its massive recommendation system. So like you know how you can say okay, if you like some type of movies, Netflix will keep on suggesting the same, like like movies along similar lines, along the same genre to you. So that's another application of data science, building recommendation system. Say okay, for someone like this. So exactly, YouTube also has like this massive recommendation system that based on like like if you're this kind of person, you have like if you watch certain type of videos, YouTube or Netflix, they will keep on recommending those type of videos to you, and that's a massive application of data science itself. So moving on, we also have financial fraud detection. Like data science is also applied in this context where using data science, you can actually analyze the spending patterns of a particular user. And if you see that okay, there's an anomaly or there's an abnormality in the way the person is using their say credit card or debit card, then you can probably raise a flag and say, oh, there's a problem here. It's potentially because say there's a fraud or something like that. So you can actually use data science to actually pinpoint if there has been a fraud detection for a particular customer's account or anything like that. And then lastly, education. Using education, we can also use data science to build personalized learning softwares for different learners. So for people that learn via images and videos or something like that, using data science, we can actually pinpoint who this type of learners are and be able to build personalized teaching strategies for them. So that's data science in like different sectors. So to make this more interactive, can you think of any other application of data science? Like if it has to do with predicting the weather or building recommendation system, is there any other option? Is there any other application that you guys can think of based on the four examples that I've given to you guys?
I'm also thinking.
Yeah, if you guys can think of anyone.
Out of business.
Exactly, in businesses as well.
Exactly. In businesses as well.
uh, data science can help you basically identify which product of yours. Let's say you sell cosmetics or you sell different type of products. Using data science, you can actually see which product is performing the best or which product is performing the best at what particular time of the year. Say, let's say you sell different items across the year. Using data science, you can actually see the different trends of for different product and see that okay, this product it sells the highest at this particular time of the year, so I should probably stock up more of it at this particular time of the year. Or this product doesn't sell at all, so I should probably not stock up. And then predicting
Let's
the likelihood of traffic on a particular road. Exactly, for us. Let's say you collect like say different environmental factors. Say rainfall. Probably you notice that during the time of rain, people tend to move slower on the road because they don't want to like get into accident. So that increases the amount of traffic uh, on the road, or for some different also based on different environmental factors as well, or based on population of people in that particular area. We can also predict the amount of traffic that will be on a particular road. Same thing in automobile industry, same thing in reducing and increasing speeds due to users momentum. Exactly, predicting prevalence of a particular disease in the future. Right. Gambling, you mean betting?
betting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, actually,
It's
quite frankly, you can also apply data science in this context. IoT, fire alarm, agriculture, and disease control. So, like as you guys can also see with the amount of example that you guys are giving, data science is massive and can be applied to literally any field that you can think of in today's world. So there's literally any I'm telling you, any field that is not using data science is collecting cookies by some application a means of collect. You know exactly. Collect when websites ask you, please accept cookies. It's to literally track. Okay, what information are you looking at on the website? Which part of the website are you spending more time on? So that they can actually build their website in a way that caters to you. So people collect data in massive different ways via surveys, via forms, via cookies, website cookies, via APIs, literally every single thing. Data science was also applicable in the case of COVID-19 when we started seeing a lot of like this visualizations on different websites say, okay, the number of people that died or the number of people that were taken in or the number. So all of these are different applications of data science. And I'm telling you, if there's any particular field that is not leveraging data science, I don't even think there's anyone like that. So data science is ubiquitous, and you will find it in every single field in this 20 in this century that we are in. So thank you guys for the massive examples that you guys gave. So moving on to what artificial intelligence is. So AI is basically giving machines a brain of their own. Like it's literally in the name, right? Artificial intelligence. Like, okay, I'm saying, okay, this machine, I'm giving you a brain of yours. It's about creating machines that can think, learn, and adapt. And if I'm to give you like a more formal definition, it refers to the development of computer systems that can perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence, such as learning from experience, reasoning, problem solving, and understanding natural language. Based on this definition, can you guys think of examples of AI? Like if you've ever seen exactly ChatGPT is one of the biggest examples of AI. If you've ever interacted with some form of grok, Twitter's new AI, autonomous vehicles, exactly. I don't know about Poe, but I think that's also some probably like an LLM or so. Exactly, chatbot and everything like that. So um, AI has different segments. So there's cognitive computing, there's computer vision, there's machine learning, there's neural networks, there's deep learning, there's natural language processing. So ChatGPT is also an extended version of NLP that leverages LLM and everything. So Poe is an AI built on ChatGPT. Thank you for the clarification. In fact, I'm just getting to know that now. So, so
Thank you,
like
bro.
that's to tell you how numerous these forms of technology are in today's world. So, uh, like this picture was taken from Swiss Cognitive, and it's basically telling like the different, like the major segments of artificial intelligence. We have cognitive computing, where it's literally like the branch of AI that that, that tends to simulate what cognitive thinking is like in humans. And then computer vision, how does the computer actually see? How can the computer see things? Machine learning, how do we help machines learn, which is basically in its name. Neural networks is some other extension of data science. Deep learning and natural language processing, how can machines process the type of language that we are speaking? Because you know that the language of computers are like ones and zeros, right? So how can machines be able to understand natural language? Like if you are to speak English or if you are to speak your native language to your computer, say Siri, set an alarm for 7:30 p.m. How does it get interpreted? So like that's what NLP is like, talking about. So, like the pillars of AI, I'm basically categorized into three. First is based on perception, second is reasoning, and the third is action. And if we were to look at this, so perception is the ability of AI systems to interpret and understand the world through senses, much like human perception. So I believe this is pretty self-explanatory. So if you look at different vision systems, like you can think of perception as the way that AI systems taking information. So like taking data rather. So like vision system, like how do you, like, how we humans, how we process information. So we see things and then we interpret those things. So that's perception for AI systems, right? So the next one, which has to do with reasoning. So reasoning basically allows AI systems to make sense of information, solve problems, and draw conclusions similar to human cognitive processes. When you see things, you interpret it, and like you take it into your brain and then you interpret it. So like that process of interpretation is called reasoning, right, for humans. So same thing for AI systems. So how can AI systems make sense of information, solve problem, and draw conclusions, similar to how humans do it? So that's the reasoning component of um, of AI systems. And an example of this is the planning system. You know how robots can move from one particular spot to another particular spot. So before they actually move from point A to point B, they actually do like a series of mapping in their minds before they actually move from point A to point B, right? So that planning system is the reasoning component of AI systems, right? So we have map planning, we have different planning different planning algorithms, which contributes to the reasoning component of AI systems. And then the third pillar has to do with action. So now that you've taken in data, you've interpreted it, and then you've created a plan in your mind. The next obvious action, sorry, the next obvious pillar has to do with action. Action is the capability of AI systems to interact and manipulate the world, translating decisions into tangible outcomes. So if you see like a robot, it sees, like, let's say there's a robot that has been built to take trash from the ground. So the first instance is perception. So the robot, using say computer vision, identifies trash on the ground. So that's the perception, the first pillar. So when it sees the trash on the ground, it moves into the second pillar, which is reasoning. So okay, it creates a plan in its mind and say, okay, from this point to the point where the trash is, I have to like take a path from point A to point B where the trash is. So that's the second component, that's the second pillar, which is reasoning, like the process of planning. So the third pillar is action. So the act of moving from that point to the third point to the point where the trash is called the action phase. And it's not as if it's always perception to reasoning to action. It's sometimes it's perception to reasoning to action to reasoning to action to reasoning to action. It's like this is a simplified version, but it's a little like it's much more complex for like the AI systems. So when the when the robot gets to where the trash is, it also identifies using like it goes back to the first stage, with perception, okay, and identifies that, okay, I'm now where I am supposed to be. Takes in the information, it reasons that say, okay, maybe probably I have to bend down to take the trash, and then action, it actually goes down to take the trash, and then takes the trash. So that's to create an analogy of how AI systems work, right from perception to reasoning, and then lastly, the last point, which has to do with action, because it's just like how humans behave. Like we see things, and then we think about those things, and then we act based on those things. So that's those are like the three main pillars of AI. And then if you have to think, if you have to consider action for autonomous vehicles. So let's say, if I'm to show this slide again, self-parking, for instance. Perception, it identifies the position it is in, and then also identifies where it's supposed to park, creates a plan for how it's supposed to move, and then finally moves in. So you see that all of these pillars are represented in literally all the decisions that AI systems have to make. Um, so like that's to give you like a broad overview as to um, what the three main pillars of AI systems are. So applications of AI. So I'll leave this to you guys. This
Is
is
Siri?
Alexa. No, this is
Oh, oh,
Alexa from Amazon. So we
oh.
know virtual assistants, right? What other type of virtual assistants do we know of apart from
Siri.
Alexa? So there's also Siri,
Google.
Google
Google
Assistant.
Assistant. Yeah.
Exactly. You know how it's very comfortable for you guys to say, hey Siri, set an alarm for 7:30 p.m. So Siri itself, it's an AI, right? Because it takes in information. Like it listens to you using uh what's it called? Computer audio, right? Computer auditory signals, some form of computer auditory signals. So it takes in, that's perception for the for Siri, right? It takes in information through perception. Reasoning, okay, it now analyzes, like when it takes in information, it analyzes, okay, I have to set an alarm for 7:30 p.m. So that's reasoning, right? Like it knows where the alarm is, like where the alarm system is. So that's reasoning. And then lastly, it actually sets the alarm for 7:30 p.m. So perception, it takes in information from you. Reasoning, it processes, okay, this is what I have to do. And an action, it actually sets the alarm for you. Like the three main pillars are always represented in literally all the AI systems that you can think of. And then we also have autonomous vehicles, as I've said earlier. So you know how you know what Elon Musk is doing with Tesla. Like we now have self-driving cars where you don't even have to like stand behind the wheel or drive behind the wheel. You can just chill at the back and then just let your car drive you. So these are based on AI, artificial intelligence systems. That okay, these systems can actually behave the same way humans are behaving. And then lastly, we also have chatbots, which can take in information and then answer your question based on whatever question that you might have. And back to my question as well. Can you think of any other one? Any other AI example that we see in our day-to-day life?
Uh, we already mentioned everything.
No, I've not even mentioned one over 1 million of AI
Let
systems.
me just say bad.
Okay, yeah, you're correct. Like Bard is also like an AI which is built by Google, right? Like you can basically ask Bard any question, and it's going to give an answer, right? Which is basically how humans also interact. I ask you a question, if you know the answer, you give it to me, which is what like Bard does. So that's an example of AI. Mid Journey, exactly. You can basically ask Mid Journey to create any picture, and it's going to try as much as possible to create the picture that you've intended, that you asked it for. So we have varieties of this AI of these AI systems, right? You just need to like know that okay, if I'm interacting with this software, is it an AI or is it not an AI, and everything like that. And how do you classify whether a particular software, a particular system is an AI? You basically identify this three main pillars: first, perception; second, reasoning; and third, action. What? How is it collecting information? How is it seeing things, or how is it extracting data? Second, how is it reasoning? How is it like making plans to actually build actionable steps? And then lastly, how is it acting out what it has reasoned? So like these three main pillars have to be present in literally any AI system. So we have Grammarly as well, grammar and style correction for in order to boost accuracy and appropriation. We have speech recognition AI systems. We have language translation AI systems. We have content recommendation AI systems. We have language learning apps AI systems. So like there are like we have like a massive amount of AI systems that are just out there that you just need to like we live in like a fast changing century. As I'm talking right now, a lot of AI systems are being developed. As I'm as I'm talking right now, a lot of AI systems are being developed. So we live in a world where we just need to like hop onto the trend of AI systems and start actually getting to interact with them and like learning from them as well. But before I move to the next segment, is text to speech AI as well? Yes, yes. And why is text to speech AI? Let's identify the three main pillars, right? Text to speech. You provide, okay, you write some text. Perception, it takes in this information, right? It takes in the textual information from you. Takes in the textual information from you. Reasoning, reasoning in this context should be explained as it doing some transformation of how it will be interpreted in um, on how it will be interpreted like at its own backend. Like say if you type boy, how will it interpret that okay boy is actually meant to be pronounced as boy? So like that's how reasoning will be explained in the context of text to speech AI systems. And then lastly, speech, which is the action component, like how it's actually saying the words that you've texted to it. So like text to speech, they're also AI systems. So if you want to identify any AI system, just look for these three main pillars: perception, reasoning, and action. If these three main pillars are there, it's probably an AI system. Does anyone have any other question? Ikma, and Yakunle.
Ikma Yekunle,
Hi, good evening, everyone.
good
Hello.
evening.
I don't know if it is because I joined it, but there is something that is kind of like not clear to me. Talking about IoT and AI, like
Hmm.
I'm kind of confused. So I want to ask, is it that all IoT are AI, or all this IoT they kind of like put like they into like they used AI in them, but just tell me the difference between IoT and AI, yeah, for clarity.
Okay. So, like the way the technology field is that more like oftentimes than not you can't always divide, you can't always say that okay, this is what this is and this is what this is. Like a lot of times you see these different fields interacting with each other. So you can actually have AI systems being built into IoT, and you can also have IoT being built into AI systems. So like for instance, if you have like an unmanned traffic light, like where you don't have to like monitor it, the traffic light system itself can be some form of IoT. Say it shows red or it shows yellow or it shows green.
Mm, mm,
But you can also incorporate AI into it, right? How? By saying that okay, say like you incorporate different like different trends into it, different type of learning into it, such that it's actually able to operate on its own. The traffic light signals can operate on the like on their own by saying that okay, if I see that a lot of people a lot of cars are coming from this direction, and a lot of cars are also coming from this direction, I should probably shows red signal to these people coming from this direction and show green signal from this for people coming from this direction. You can so like what I'm trying to say is you can't always say that okay, this is what this field is, this is what this field is, because oftentimes than not these fields are usually built into each other. So you can have AI systems being built into IoT, and you can have IoT being built into AI systems. So that's how diverse and how intertwined the tech field is. So I'm very sure if you look online, there will be definitions of IoT and there will be definitions of AI systems. But to take one single technology software or one tech system and say that okay, is this IoT or AI software? Why you might be able to like um write down some differentiation, write down some particular features catering to what whether okay it's IoT or AI. Most of the times you won't be able to like say for 100% fact that okay it's purely IoT or it's purely AI, because in the world that we live today, we've built these softwares in a way that incorporates this like the different concepts from different fields. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's my answer to your question.
yeah, it actually
Yeah,
makes
good.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Muhammad Arisa, please go ahead with your question.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, sir. I am.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
My first question is that is data science is not always true, using it and whether as a case study.
Sorry, can you say that
Is the
again?
result I said is the data science result always true, using it and whether as a case study.
Hmm.
And second question is that is data science and AI mutual? Like are they interconnected?
Right.
Are they mutual?
Thank you very much for that question. That's actually like a very important question to ask. So you can't you can't always depend on what on what data science results tell you. Let's say you train a model or something like that, and then you say, okay, you will always follow the output of your model, of your data science model. I'm very sure you end up failing. Why? Because I will also talk about this like later on. We have some issues relating from bias, where if you train them, like if your data is wrong, if you don't have good enough data, if you don't have enough data, or you don't, if your data is not of good quality, your model will be of bad quality itself. And if you follow the output or the recommendations of such model, it's going to fail. And even for like the best of the best models, you still can't follow them blindly. Why? Because whatever is left to, like, computers, there will always be the probability of failure, the probability of error, right? Because they are not humans and they don't necessarily interact with like the actual world that we live in. They mostly take information from the world that we live in and then give output based on some certain transformation that they've been trained on, right? So if there's this minor mistake from the data that they're taking in, this minor mistake gets propagated into their transformation, and then lastly into the output that they're given. So there will always be probability that, okay, there will be a slight error, if not big, there'll be a slight error in the output that whatever ML model you are training, or whatever data science model that you're building. And then secondly, you asked. That's why I would say that that's why the knowledge of of stats is really important. So like stats will tell you that, okay, you can't. It's impossible to say that the probability of certain event happening is one, apart from like very very obvious cases. Say, like everyone knows the probability of death for every human is one, but in other cases of, say, okay, like say you train your model and then you want to say that, okay, the probability of this happening is one. Most of the time you can't say that. Why? Because we know that, okay, human beings are prone to error, and if human beings are the ones creating these models, of course they're also prone to error, right? So you can't always follow the output of ML models, of the models that you train 100% of the time, because there will always be the probability of error. And your second question, I've forgotten your second question. Can you please repeat?
I said, is data science and AI mutual?
Yeah. Actually, so data science is actually a subset of artificial intelligence, right? So like AI is like the very big term um, for uh, uh, for for building machines that can literally emulate the intelligence in humans. So data science, we have machine learning. So there's, like I showed earlier, machine learning, neural networks, natural language processing. Data science included. They are subsets of artificial intelligence. So but like you don't just get into like AI like haphazardly. You start from like a particular place, right? So you can start by like learning about data science, like while learning about AI. So like by it also depends on, like, on how you define mutualism, in the sense that by mutualism, do you mean certain concepts in data science are also being replicated in the umbrella term of AI itself? I would say yes, because for data science we have machine learning, where you can train having data, you can train your model to learn from the data, and then based on that be able to use that model in like the real life scenario. You can also like do the same for how robot systems learn, using reinforcement learning, where you don't necessarily like need data, but you use reinforcement learning and say, okay, when it does something bad you penalize it, when it does something good you give it something good. So like there are concepts that are particular to both so like the concepts that are particular to both fields, but data science is a concept, so it's a subset of um, of AI in general. So I will give you guys a roadmap towards the end of this session. Just wait for a second. So I'll move on. With great power comes great responsibility. So fairness and bias, everyone should be treated fairly. So one thing particular to data science and machine learning algorithms is that they will only be as efficient as the data that are being provided, right? So if your data is biased, obviously your output will be biased as well. So ML, machine learning, is garbage in, garbage out. It's whatever you give it that it will produce. It's not gonna give you something that you didn't give it. So right. So how do you make sure that your ML is fair and unbiased? You make sure that, okay, right from the data collection phase itself, you cater to literally every single um identity that's present within your population, within your data. Transparency. If you're collecting people's information from a website, you should let people know. You know how you visit a website and then they say, for this website we use cookies to collect information, and then you can also read more on the type of data that you're collecting. So um that's that's as regards what transparency means. Like, you should let people know that, okay, I'm collecting this particular information on you. And if you visit Play Store for any app, or if you visit App Store for any app, there'll always be a section on what type of data is being collected on you as an individual. Say for Instagram, which is like the worst of them all, Instagram and Meta, they literally collect every single information that there is about you, but they're transparent about it. They're saying, we can collect your payment history, we collect your account history, we collect your browsing history, we collect your search history and everything like that. They collect every single thing. So like, they will tell you that, okay, we are collecting this particular information from you. So it's now up to you to decide whether you want to continue with that product or not. Privacy and security. So even after telling people that, okay, I'm collecting this particular data from you, you still have to respect their privacy by anonymizing their identity and also securing their sensitive data using like a very secure database. Like, for instance, you can store your data in Google via Firebase, or you can store your data in Google BigQuery or something like that. So like, you have to make sure that people's identity are private and secure, even though you're still using their data. And then lastly, accountability and responsibility. You need to understand the consequences of AI decision, which is to go back to the question that you asked earlier regarding, can I completely follow all the decisions that my AI model tells? The answer is no, because you also need to apply the human conscience and see whether the output of the ML model is actually practical in the real world. I'll give this particular example of how you can't always follow the decisions of models of ML or machine learning models. If you look at the image on the right for James Rivelli and Robert Cannon, so they actually built like a machine learning model that will predict the riskiness, quote unquote, of a convicted criminal. Say, if I take this criminal, I collect information on him, and then I send it to the ML model. The ML model should tell me that, okay, this 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 criminal is dangerous up until this level. So if you look at James Rivelli, what are his offenses? He has one domestic violence aggravated assault, he has one grand theft, he has one petty theft, and he has one drug trafficking, and he also has one grand theft. And then if you look at Robert Cannon, he has one petty theft and he has no other offense. Who is more dangerous?
James, I mean,
James.
James.
Exactly, James Rivelli. But what is the ML model saying?
Don't need
The
to
ML model is saying that James
bias.
Rivelli is much more safer compared to Robert Cannon.
Hmm.
So this is an example of how
Wow.
ML models can be biased. They can be biased. In this case, it was biased against this Robert Cannon. This because he's probably black, and James Rivelli because he's probably white. So that's because Probably when they were training the model, they collected a lot of data, a lot of data on black men, and then the ML model decided that, okay, if I see a black man, I'm gonna assume that, okay, this person is dangerous automatically. And if I see a white man, because I wasn't trained enough on it, I'm gonna assume that, okay, white men are usually not dangerous, and that is what is being output here. Same issue on the right, on the left. So Vernon Prater, he has two armed robbery cases, one attempted armed robbery and one grand theft. And then there's Brisha Borden. She has four juvenile misdemeanors. And still, despite uh, um, still on still, the lady was categorized as high risk with a value of 8, and the man as low risk with a value of 3. So that's to show you that, okay, if your data is biased, if your data is faulty, your ML model output will also be faulty. I hope everyone gets that. So as data scientists, we need to prioritize the integrity and the unbiasedness of the data that we are collecting. How can you identify, oh, like, I mean, there are also like ways of asserting that, okay, your data is unbiased or your data is diverse as much as possible, but that's like a more advanced topic. But that's to tell you that, okay, you can't always follow the output of ML model, because AI system, like whatever decisions AI systems make or whatever decision your ML model tells you, you still need human inspection to actually decipher whether it's a plausible decision to make or not, and then based on that you act on it. Because these AI systems, these ML models can be faulty, can be wrong. I hope that's clear to everyone. Okay, now that I've talked about AI and then data science, I'm very sure the question that is popping in your mind is, how do I get started? Right? So, learning pathways. I'm gonna say, you can start with online courses, and as you're doing these online courses, you do projects, you do projects, and then after doing projects, you do projects again. After doing projects, you do projects again. After doing projects, you do projects again. Because, quite frankly, the only way that you actually learn is by actually testing out your skills. So you can. One thing I'm gonna tell you is that these online courses, sometimes they tend to be a trap, where you keep on collecting certificates, and then at the end of the day, you can't actually demonstrate your skills. It's called tutorial hell, where you keep on learning and learning and learning and learning and learning, and you're not implementing. So as you're learning the building project, create an account on Kaggle, create an account on GitHub, and then keep pushing your project onto these platforms, so that you can always, first of all, keep your mindset in the loop of consistent learning and actually hands-on learning. And then you can also finally you can move on to internships, where you can actually get to work in the real world and not just from the comfort of like your own project. So through internships, you actually get to see how this data science model are actually applied in the real world and how they influence decision making in the real world. So I also have recommended courses for you guys. So this is purely from a beginner level. So you can start with like Python for everybody specialization. It's from the University of Michigan. There's also a course on Google Advanced Data Analytics Professional Certificate. So this will like teach you programming languages like R and SQL, and you also get to know about how to use platforms like Google BigQuery and everything like that, and Google Spreadsheet. And then you can also learn from IBM Data Science Professional Certificate. This course is very good, and a lot of people have actually. So like, I've also added the links for all of this, and then you can also learn about Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate, and then you can also learn about IBM Introduction to Artificial Intelligence and then AI for Everyone from deeplearning.ai, and it's taught by Andrew Ng, who is known to be one of the biggest educators in the AI field. your journey as either data scientist or AI specialist. Right. In case you're still not convinced, in case you still think, okay, probably data science is not for you or anything like that, maybe let me show you some things that might excite you. So in the US, the average pay for data scientists. So the courses you might have to pay for them, but if you're a student, you can apply for financial aid. All the courses that I've taken, I've not paid for any of them. I've applied for financial aid and they've given me financial aid, and then I actually completed this course and I got my certificates. And I also earned badges as well. So you apply for financial aid. All of these courses, they are links to Coursera. So Coursera provides financial aid for almost all of these courses. So you just apply for financial aid, and then I think within 2 weeks you get the financial aid, and then you can proceed with the course. And even if they don't give you financial aid, by financial aid I mean 100% scholarship. Even if they don't give you financial aid, you can still audit the course. The only difference between auditing the course uh, and actually going through the course is that going through the course you'll be able to actually get the certificate and do the assignments. But for auditing the course, you only be able to go through the course, but you'll be able to get certificate. The way to get the financial aid is it's from the Coursera website itself only. Like once you see on the pages for these courses, you will see there will be an additional information to tell you whether there's financial aid available or not. So that's how it is. So
Someone sent, can you give us your contact? So I mean, I can help with that. If there is any problem, you can always contact me regarding the financial aid. I can help with
yeah,
that. Or you want to, or I don't
you
know.
can reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Twitter, on Instagram, or LinkedIn. Any of those three platforms. I will send my name soon. So the average pay in the US is $125,000 per year, according to Indy. 125,000. Convert that to naira. And you know what I'm talking about. That's around 125 million. That's the average pay. Average. That's not the maximum yet that you can get. It's the average. Average pay. 125,000. And then in Nigeria, I'm guessing a lot of us here are Nigerian. According to Glassdoor, the average pay for data scientists is 1.45 million naira per month. Per month.
Um,
And then
shall we
if
not
you're
change
still
career? Why?
if you're still sleeping on it, if you're still sleeping on it, there has been a predicted there's been a predicted 35% employment growth from 2022 to 2032. We're already in 2023. So if you are not in this space by now, putting soon, like you are sleeping already, you are sleeping on it. So there's already a predicted growth of 35% in this particular space, according to BLS.gov. And lastly, no geographical location barriers. Like I said, I've worked with companies across different countries. I've worked with companies in South Africa, in India, in the US, in I don't know some other countries I can't remember.
Germany.
Germany. No geographical location, and I'm earning my money like I'm pretty self-sustained.
Baba shares dollar.
I'm telling you, no geographical location barriers, guys. So if you're still not convinced, I don't know what I can tell you now. With the amount of information that has been revealed to you, with the power of data science and artificial intelligence that has been revealed to you, and everything. Yeah, so like
Of
just
course,
to
it
tell
was
you,
paid.
internships were also paid. Like before you like for data science and
Good.
AI based internships,
want to do unpaid data science.
I'm telling you, like they are usually paid. Like that's to tell you like the amount of value that is in these fields. If you find anyone that is unpaid, I think you should run away from it.
Yeah, probably you won't learn.
Exactly. So like there are tons of opportunities out there. I'm telling you guys. Okay. All right. So that sums up my my talk on data science and artificial intelligence. I hope I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that data science and artificial intelligence is the way to go in this 21st century.
Yeah.
And okay, if you guys have your phones, please, I would like feedback from you guys. Please, the feedback form is, I will send it on the chat.
Is is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah. While question is going on, we can, I mean, fill the form.
please fill in the form. It will be very helpful for me. I want to know if you think this presentation was nice enough, or if you think there are potential improvement areas, or um, some some parts where you thought I could have done better, or some part that you think I did really well. Please let me know. So that's the feedback form. Please fill it in for me.
Kindly help fill the form.
I'll see
So,
if there's.
and you know, these data science people, they just like sending out forms, and I don't know. It's,
Like, and I will show you this last thing.
okay. Let's let's
This presentation's content was developed by AI. So all of the things that I've been telling you guys, I didn't even like have to like sit down and then write. Oh my, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. Everything was developed by AI. In fact, I could have made the slides using AI myself, but because I'm a designer on the side, I decided to design the slides myself. But I could have also used AI to design the slides. That's to tell you how massive the world of AI is. AI is literally revolutionizing every single space. If you're not careful, like if you don't start using AI, you will be replaced by someone that is using AI. Honestly.
Yeah, thank you. I had to take the video of that last part.
Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
Christian.
Yeah, hello, Usman.
How are you doing?
Hello, Ali.
Yeah, hello,
Yeah,
Christian.
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Fine, bro.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ali, for a very wonderful presentation. But I have just a few questions to ask. My question is this. Currently, there's a recurring decimal on how AI can replace human abilities or human efforts in the workplace. So I would like to ask you, Ali, to what extent do you think AI can truly replace human ability in the workplace? And if you agree with this statement, what are those specific fields or those specific areas that you think this replacement is more eminent? Also, I also want you to drop your advice for those persons who are concerned about this emergence. How can we remain relevant in our various career paths so as to ensure that AI does not replace us? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question, Christian. In fact, when my organization, Design IT Africa, hosted a session earlier this year, that was one of the questions that we actually spent a lot of time on regarding um, will AI actually replace humans, and if it's going to replace humans,
to your job as to how emotionally aware or emotionally intelligent are you. For instance, if you have to conduct interviews with people, if you have to get to know them on like a much more personal level before you can actually pull them in as customers and or anything like that. How
Is it my network?
very difficult for AI systems to 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 do. And while there's like I'm very sure there's been some recent development lately as to how AI systems can also process emotions. So like there's been some recent development as regards that. But that's still a great area, and that's still like a very very difficult challenge for us as humans to break for on behalf of machines themselves. So for highly repetitive tasks, the answer is yes. Like AI will for sure take up these spaces, and we need as humans that the only way we can make ourselves um, um, proof of this threat is first of all by finding the additional layer of human components that we can add to our respective human tasks to make ourselves not prone to being replaced by AI. And second is by consistently upskilling ourselves. Like for instance, if you are a data analyst or if you're a data scientist or if you are literally anybody in any field, if you are unable to utilize technology, like let's say you are a nurse or literally like you are in any field, you, you still need the additional tech expertise to be able to transcend your work because we live in a world where you have some semblance of technology in literally every space. And the only way you'll be able to do this is by upskilling yourself consistently because technology is already moving at a pace that's bigger and much more faster than us humans. The little we can do is by also upskilling ourselves and also moving at the rate where we are able to either match up with this with the trend of AI or consistently um, be better than our previous selves in terms of like the way we interact with technology and the way we build our expertise. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question lucidly, but like the fact is, it still remains a debate, an ongoing debate as to what what type of task will AI take up. Of course, you did. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Is there still any question? Maybe it's a very quick one. Abdul Moise.
Muhammad. Yeah.
Muhammad, okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Good evening. Yeah, I want to ask that have you chosen your area of specialization? And if yes, why? Why that area? Yeah, I'm in my third year in university, and I'm really big into data science. And the reason I love data science is because of my innate curiosity as to find what's really going on. I'm this kind of person where I don't just like taking things on a surface level. I like to know why things happen the way they do. And data science offers a platform that which caters to someone like me. Because as a data scientist, you can't just build models and then you say, okay, it's only the output that you care about. You also need to be able to see which input is affecting your output greatly. Say you have your input on this side, you have your output on this side. You have different because I like discovering things. Guys, for the feedback, it's only 8 people that have filled it in. Please
Kindly help fail.
let me send it again.
Yeah, I'll probably like send it to the group also. I mean,
Please send it to the group. I need the data from the feedback. It's anonymized. Like I won't see your name. I won't see your email address. I won't see any information relating to you.
guys, Mohammed, quickly just go on to your question. I mean, yeah.
What's the difference between data analysis and data science?
Wow, I was waiting for someone to ask the question.
Yeah, I was actually going to create a slide deck on this, but then I forgot. Uh,
Also, before you answer that, do you have a conversion in VBA model? Yeah, model, do you have a conversion?
sorry.
Like, do you have a conversion, like a way to follow, general way to follow?
Like a
Similar to,
model, you mean? Sorry.
yeah, do you have a conversion in VBA model? When talking about the bias aspect, you understand that?
Do I have a Can you type the question so I can read?
I think a convention. I think you publish a and something like how to like train a model or something like that. Can we just? I think the question the person is asking like is do you have a kind of conversion of of training data or something like that or training models? I think that is probably what the person is asking. I think you have a
So
blog on that, right? If we can just send it to the group, or what do you think?
yeah, so I have a blog. Just so I don't waste time, I have a blog that caters to that particular question. But I'll just answer your initial the
The
first
first
question
question.
that you asked, which is regarding the difference between data scientist and data analyst. So data analyst, think of them as it's literally the people that analyze data. Like there's data available, so what they do is they analyze the data to see if there's any insights to extract from it. So they create data, so they create visualizations like bar charts, different beautiful visualizations. They also conduct statistical analysis to understand the data and identify trends. So they probably collect like they don't do data collection as much, so like there's data available for them, and then they do data analysis based on that. So that's why they call data analysts. Data scientists, on the other hand, they pretty much do every single thing that there is concerning data. They collect data, they analyze data, they interpret data,
They train.
they train data to
Yeah.
build predictive models, and then to also give data-driven decisions. What data analysts do, they also analyze data, they also extract insights to give data-driven decisions, but they don't necessarily build models like data scientists do. So data scientists, they collect, they analyze, they interpret, and then they build models that will be able to uh, predict or say forecast or literally tell more information about um, something happening. But for data analysts, they don't build any model. They just analyze already available data, give visualization, and then extract insight from that. I hope that makes uh, more sense.
Yeah.
So like
And I think the data
they,
analysts don't code or something like that.
so I mean they probably code sometimes. They probably write SQL statements or anything,
I don't know.
but they usually do not have to code compared to data scientists. Data scientists are more technical than data analysts.
uh, Probably AI is going to AI will probably take data analyst job. I don't know. I'm just saying. If you look at GPT-4, it can basically do a lot of data analyst stuff. Like it's so good at that. So I don't know.
I mean, you can literally argue almost the same thing for like even for programmers, like for software engineer, you can say that GPT-4 can also write code. There's always, I think there's still space for data analysts to build themselves in order to be proof of because there's still potential for data analysts themselves to upskill themselves and what's it called make themselves proof to the threat of AI.
uh,
Yeah.
we have someone like me who is going to probably like keep building AIs. Our own goal is to build AIs that can do a job better than
And a human.
than a human. So we keep looking for a way to replace everybody.
Until it replaces you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ali. Like you have done a lot of. I mean, it's almost like 2 hours now. Like
Oh my god.
it's almost like 2 hours. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. It's data. I think we have talked about data privacy. I mean earlier. So I mean we are just going to end it here. Thank you, Ali.
I have a blog where you guys can
Yeah, I think
learn more
let
about.
me quickly. I think I can send the blog here, Ali. I will also send it to the group, of course.
Yeah.
Uh, that is Ashnode. Copy link.
Thank you
Yes.
guys. Please fill in the Usman, please send in the feedback form as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. I think I sent it already. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah,
very
people
much,
have been
Ali.
using this
Thank you for
one.
your time. We really appreciate it. Oh, what is the data? HTTPS slash slash bit.ly slash Ali. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ali. Uh, nice having you here, as we said earlier, and we hope. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We hope you succeed in your future endeavors and stuff like that. So,
Thank you.
thank you for sharing all the very useful information and important information. And I mean, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ali.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Usman, for the invitation. I also appreciate the opportunity to talk to like a vibrant audience. Thank you everyone for engaging with the content as well. It's a wonderful opportunity to talk about what I'm passionate about, which is data science. Um, thank you so much, everyone, and have a nice evening.
yeah. Thank you very much.
It's morning over here, but
Yeah, 3 a.m. already.
I'll have a good evening.
Yeah, bro.
Bye.
Bye. I mean, so everyone, I mean, tomorrow is going to be like a skills session on introduction to like Linux. It's going to be like probably like a little bit technical, but like I mean, like if you are going to do any kind of, if you are going to do AI, you are going to do data science, you are going to do software engineering, you are going to do data analysis, you are going to do system administration, Linux administration, database administration, like literally every field in tech. It require you to like understand Linux. I mean Linux shell. So even some requirement in some IT job, they probably literally say okay, like part of the required skill is going to be like Linux or something like that. So like, and I mean Linux is an operating system that is built for the programmers, like for IT people. So that's why you have to like learn it to like, I mean it's, if when you learn it, it's just like an additional advantage to you. I mean you kind of become like, and also like one of the reasons why I actually like Linux is that you can use it to like oppress other programmers, because it is not really like every programmers that probably like know how to like use Linux. So it's a kind of way to like flex on other programmers. But apart from that fact, like if you are going to do cybersecurity, if you are going to do like lot of stuff in tech, you need to like use Linux. Like you need to like know how to use Linux. Even some, I mean some internships, some jobs, the requirement is like part of the required skill is actually like they will list it there that it is like Linux. And if you're going to be using something like GitHub, Git, like they are basically like Linux. I mean Linux technologies. So like the skill that so like we'll be having a session on that tomorrow. So I'm still thinking probably we are going to do it over YouTube. Probably it's going to be a YouTube live or Google Meet, but I'll probably like decide that during, probably during my own sleep or something like that. So thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I mean Have a wonderful night rest. Thank you very much, guys. See you.
We broke up. Why? Oh, dude, I found out she used to be a Christian. Devin, you should never let religion get in between relationships. Religion.